welcome back to Serger Tip Clips. Well, for all of the totes, carry cases, and purses that I've made, it dawned on me that I have never shown you how to make a wrapped corner. And this will give you a very nice turn, and it's a neat way to finish the corner on the inside, but it will turn very beautifully on the outside as well. Here's a finished thread fusion pouch, and this pattern will be available free on my website. And I have used the wrapped corner technique to get nice even corners. Wow. I have my large thread fusion already in here with the pins, and there's plenty of room for scissors and spools of thread and all of that stuff too, and I put my little tassel on. And I'm going to show you how to do that wrap corner. It occurred to me I never showed that. So I have recreated this same thing. I'm not going to put the zipper in, but I have the batik fabric with the fusible fleece on the back, a piece of lining, and I have the same thing for the opposite side. Let's go to the machine and take a look at a wrap corner. Let me give you the setup for the stitch. I'm on a 4-thread overlock stitch with a stitch length of 2.5. Differential feed is on 1. My right needle upper and lower loopers, the tension is on the default setting. However, I've got my left needle tension up to 6.0. If you've seen my Stitch Fix tip clip, you know that when you're going through lots of layers, and I'm going through 6 layers between the lining, the fleece, and the outer fabric times 2, sometimes you can see ladders in your seam. And to fix that, if you're using a 4-thread overlock, the left needle is the one that creates the seam. And by tightening the tension on that needle thread, that will eliminate the ladders in the seam. And you can see that when I sandwich them together, the thickness of this is a scant 1/4 inch. So we're going to serge across the first edge. Threads. Let's take a look at that seam first. No ladders, even when I pull on the fabric, and that's that higher tension on the left needle. But let's get to our wrap corner. So we've got our first edge done. So in order to get a nice tidy wrap corner, what you're going to do, let's do it from this side maybe, is I'm going to fold that down because I want you to see I'm trying to fold that right on that left needle thread. And because of the thickness of this, it's a little bit hard to get it to be absolutely perfect, but this is just a sample, so it's fine. So I'll get as close as I can. So I'm going to just fold that down, hold it so that it remains folded, and whether you trim off a little bit or not is up to you. This is just a sample. So I'm going to fold this down, stitch right over this. Now this is pretty thick because this is doubling up on what we already had. Corners. If this were a real project, I wouldn't trim those threads. I'd fold them and get them into thread them under the stitching line itself. But that's my folded corner. So let's do another one. So I'll just do a couple of these because you'll be able to get the idea. So this one I'm going to fold down, and again get it as close to the stitching line as I can. Get this under the presser foot. I've got my clear foot on so you can see what I'm doing. Just trim off a little bit of the edge. Okay, so here we have our wrapped corners. I'm going to do a table shot to show you turning this. Here are our wrapped corners, so let's take a look at turning these out. I flipped it right side out, but I didn't think you needed to watch me wrestle that around. And I have my little point turner. You can use your favorite one, certainly. And I try to get my thumb in right into that corner as far as I can as I'm turning it, just to encourage it to move in. And this is looking really nice. Look how great that looks. It's really nice and neat and tidy. And let's see if we can get this one equally so. Takes a little bit of work. Don't use a pencil or the point of your scissors or anything super pointy, simply because I guarantee you'll poke a hole into the corner, and that's not the look we're going for. I think that's pretty good. I think that's about as far out as that can go. So you can see this gives you a really nice corner inside and out. Here are my corners after pressing, and if you've got these thicknesses, I strongly suggest using a blast of steam and then give it a good clap with a point presser and clapper if you have one. If not, you can use something else to kind of clamp down on it. But that will compress the seam allowances, especially if they're kind of thick, and give you a nice sharp edge on your seam and reduce the bulkiness of those corners. But look how perfect they look. They look really, really nice. So that is a wrap on wrapped corners. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you try a wrap corner on your next bag or tote. And if you have any questions about it, just leave them below. I'll get back to you quickly with an answer. If you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will. Thanks very much. Happy sewing and serging. See you again soon.